Thank you. Good morning, Chairman Larson, Ranking Member Graves, and members of the subcommittee. Thank you for inviting the National Transportation Safety Board to testify. I am the Acting Director of the Office of Aviation Safety within the NTSB. First, I would like to express my condolences to the loved ones of those lost in recent aviation disasters. We must learn from their pain and strive to close the gaps in safety that allowed these tragedies to happen. The NTSB is an independent federal agency charged by Congress with investigating every civil aviation accident and certain incidents in the United States and issuing safety recommendations aimed at preventing future accidents. We conduct about 1,400 investigations each year. In the last decade, the number of aviation accidents and deaths have declined overall, from 539 fatalities in 2009 to 401 in 2018. Nearly 92% were in general aviation. The remainder, primarily Part 135 operations, represent a prominent gap in aviation safety that is on our most wanted list. Currently, air medical, air taxi, charter, and on-demand operators are not required to meet some of the same safety requirements that have proven effective at enhancing the safety of commercial airline operations. In March, the board completed an investigation of a Part 135 Learjet that crashed in Teterboro, New Jersey. Based on the findings, the NTSB again reiterated recommendations to the FAA to require flight data monitoring programs and safety management systems for Part 135 operations. Since completing this investigation, we have initiated another 13 investigations into Part 135 accidents and incidents. The safety issues were not new to the Teterboro accident. The NTSB had originally issued these recommendations following a 2015 crash in Akron, Ohio, reiterated them following a 2016 accident in Togiak, Alaska, and again following the Teterboro accident. We have also made recommendations to the FAA that aircraft operating under Part 121 and 135 be equipped with a crash-protected cockpit image recording system. These recorders would help focus and expedite investigations and the development of targeted safety recommendations to reduce risk to the traveling public. These recommendations are currently open on acceptable response. Unfortunately, there are also cases of paying passengers aboard aircraft where the operation is exempt from Part 135. On June 21st, a skydiving flight crashed in Hawaii, killing 11. In March 2018, a sightseeing flight crashed in New York, killing 5. Both flights were operating under less stringent Part 91. Regardless of the purpose of the flight or the type of aircraft, commercial aviation should be safe. Our most wanted list also includes strengthening occupant protection. Seatbelts and restraints do reduce injury and death. Without their use, preventable deaths will continue to occur. We have recommended that the FAA require all general aviation airplanes be retrofitted with shoulder harnesses. The FAA has not required them on aircraft manufactured before 1986 for economic reasons. This recommendation was closed on acceptable action. This week marks the 30th anniversary of the United Flight 232 crash in Sioux City, Iowa, where 111 were killed and 172 injured. 4 infants were on board that aircraft. In preparation for the emergency landing, all were held by adults as instructed by the crew. The forces were too great. All were ejected from the adult's grip and injured, 1 fatally. We recommended the FAA prohibit children from being lap-held on commercial flights. Children are safest when they are properly secured in their own seat. Even when occupants use appropriate restraints, inadequate evacuation procedures can also cause otherwise survivable crashes to turn fatal. Evidence of passengers retrieving carry-on baggage during recent emergency evacuations demonstrates that previous actions to mitigate this potential safety hazard have not been effective. We recommended the FAA develop best practices through an industry working group for evacuation. This recommendation is currently open on acceptable response. Last, another area of concern for emerging transportation technologies, such as unmanned aircraft and commercial space systems operations. The NTSB continues to grow its expertise in both areas, completing our first commercial space investigation in 1993 and first investigation of a mid-air collision between an aircraft and a drone in 2016. As the number of these operations grow, it is inevitable that the need for our investigations will too. We continue our focus in these areas and appreciate this committee's commitment to ensuring we have the resources to proactively be ready to advance safety into the future. Thank you again for the opportunity to discuss the work that the NTSB is doing to make transportation safer. There continues to be room for improvement, and the NTSB stands ready to work with you to improve the safety of our nation's aviation systems for all users. I am happy to take your questions.
Thank you very much.